As House Republicans appear closer to authorizing an impeachment inquiry into President Biden, Oversight Committee Chair James Comer has released what he calls a new piece of evidence claiming the president's son, Hunter Biden, was funneling money to his father.
The House Oversight Committee is releasing subpoenaed bank records that show Hunter Biden's business entity, Owasco PC, made direct monthly payments to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Here's the problem with that.
What?
Public sourcing. Well,
What?
it showed they were car loan repayments.
It was it a what kind of car was it?
Car loan repayments.
A Ford Raptor.
Was it a Ford Raptor?
Yeah, Raptor.
Or it could have been a hot rod Lincoln.
The Washington
I don't know
Post
if you
reports.
ride around that hot rod Lincoln in Tennessee. You go through the Smoky Mountains, go through the patch.
Now you got to do the Comer like more in the map. Okay.
More in the what? Yeah.
The Washington
more
Post
smoking
reports
guns.
The transactions were Hunter paying back money he borrowed for a Ford Raptor truck.
Well, that's a crime right there.
I question the truck choice. I do.
That's a crime right there.
You always go for the 150.
F-150.
Ford
Let's go big.
F-150.
Willie, by the way.
1993, 2 tanks.
Those payments came 2 years after Joe Biden was out of office as a vice president. Hunter Biden's attorney released this statement, quote, "The truth is, Hunter's father helped him when he was struggling financially due to his addiction and couldn't secure credit to finance a truck. When Hunter was able to, he paid his father back, and he took over the payments himself."
But we got another one.
What's that?
Yeah. RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel is accusing President Biden and the White House of suppressing news coverage about his son Hunter Biden's laptop.
Well, this sounds serious.
Yeah,
This is a Biden White House that was meeting with social media companies, dictating what they put on their platforms before the 2020 election. That, to me, is suppression. This is a White House that killed a Hunter Biden story that we now know is true, that prevented voters from knowing that before the 2020 election. That, to me, is suppression.
Willie.
Obsessed.
Willie, the fact that Joe Biden was so corrupt, so evil, so powerful that he could suppress this information. His White House could suppress this information even when he was not in the White House.
Which was not.
Means he has like some X-Men / Avengers. I think it's more X-Men. He has like these X-Men powers where he can warp time or something, or maybe it is. Maybe it more is like more of an Avengers multiverse thing where he's not really president, but he is. But I don't think Ronna knows that, so I'm just wondering why Ronna said the Biden White House did it when Biden wasn't in the White House and nobody corrected her.
Yeah.
Joe Biden was not president of the United States in 2020. Ahead of the presidential election, he was trying to become president. So there was no Biden White House to suppress the free press.
Powerful.
Donald Trump,
powerful.
of course, was still president at that point. I mean, what strikes you, Joe, is how bad they are at this. If you're going to try to sell the claim that there is a Biden crime family, that there's this international syndicate that somehow Joe Biden is directing and enriching himself, you'd think over all these months and months and now years, they would have at least produced something credible that would have showed that Joe Biden was connected to something. What they have yesterday, what James Comer presented, was 3 $1,300 car payments. Now, let's say that were a scandal. It turns out, as Mika just laid out, it wasn't a scandal. Let's say it were. That's what you've got, weighed against Donald Trump trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election and planning to do worse if he's elected again.
Jonathan Lemire, they keep shooting themselves in the foot. They can't stand up for falling down. Like here, she's tried out a Dr. Strange theory that somehow he rearranged time and Biden was president before Biden was president, the Biden White House. But again, the question is, how do you say that on TV and say, oh, this shows how corrupt he is, and the White House, and nobody corrects him? 2020 wasn't president.
No, unless Joe Biden also has the ability to travel time, maybe a past version of Joe Biden meets a present version of Joe Biden. This seems pretty implausible, but it's still being picked up and run with in the conservative media. It is on the front page of the New York Post today. Fox News is certainly doing it as well. The Murdoch empire pushing these storylines, and they're so shameless because there is no there. But they're going to keep doing it. And we heard from the new House Speaker earlier this week that the impeachment inquiry does seem to be proceeding on track. And that's something the Congress likely will take on in the next couple of weeks.